Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to the Mudmore Mayhem YouTube channel. So, it's part 2 of the Cadillac. But first, I got this 71 Sears Custom 10XL. Motor was pretty junk, so just got the motor out, cleaning it up, and this is going to get one of the cheap Amazon 3 horsepower diesels. So yeah, there won't be a video on it, but you will see it in the background, and I will be doing a review on that motor. That's my go-kart that I've been working on restoring. Hopefully that will be sold tomorrow. But parts finally came. For some of the parts, I got 2 rear coils, 2 rear shocks, so I can get the rear together. Hopefully today, along with the brakes. I got 2 new front shocks, but I kind of got screwed over on the rest of the parts coming because my front coils won't be here Monday. They shipped 2 of my wheel cylinders at the same time, then they shipped another one, and then they shipped 1 more. So hopefully 2 wheel cylinders will come today, and then my rear coils will be here Monday. Today's currently Friday the 1st, and then my last wheel cylinder won't be here until Tuesday. So I got all the brake shoes though, and I got front coils, and I ended up going Harbor Freight and getting the drum brake tools, so we'll see how those work. So without no further ado, I'm gonna go and work on getting these rear coils in and the rear shocks in. And just like that, the new shock is on. Now, time to do the other side. Okay. New coils are in. I just cut off the lower shock bolt, just got done cutting them off with the torches. Both sides are off. So now I just have to wait for it to cool down and put my new shocks in. Oh yeah, and also I got new sway bar end links. These are actually for a 66 Chevelle. So they said they'll fit, so hopefully they fit. Gonna have to wait for my grandfather to come home so I can get these coils in, so I can put them in and pull down on the rear end. Kind of takes 2 people, so I'm gonna get that coil in. And just like that, this side's done. This side took about triple as long, so I'm gonna get the drums on, adjust them, get this brake line on. I just remembered that, and then set it on the ground, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, it is sometime later. Come to find out, the wheel cylinders were actually in my mailbox all day. So yeah, this side is done. I'll put back together. Just have the drum off to do the other side so I can look and make sure I'm doing it right. So this side's done. Brake line's on. The wheel cylinders, they ended up giving me 2 right hand, so I had to bend the line a little bit to get it to work. Over here, I was able to save the brake line. I actually saved both brake lines, surprisingly. I had to heat this one, the other side came off no problem. So, got this wheel cylinder on, brake line's not on, so I am going to get this side done. And the driver's side is done. So hopefully USPS will drop off my new wheel cylinders so I can get the rear brakes back together and get this thing at least back on the rear and see how it sits. Okay guys, it is the next morning. The rear end's back on the ground. Well, it's doing things. It's up a little higher than I expected, which is, well, to be expected with new coils. So yeah, so this video is actually a lot shorter than I thought it was, because last night my phone said it was running out of memory, when come to find out I never deleted the footage from the last video. So my transmission cooler lines will actually be here before my last wheel cylinder, so I'm gonna pull the transmission cooler lines off. Hopefully they come off a little easier, and then yeah, So I'm gonna get these transmission cooler lines pulled off. So I got the top one off. I just had this water hose, PEX, I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. Just shoved over the rotted training line. Which I'll give you guys some advice right now. If you need a training line or whatever, people say use black rubber fuel line. Don't. Well, I don't know around you, but around here, the black rubber fuel line is about $6 a foot, which is absolutely outrageous. So I get this clear hose, I think it might be waterline, for $1 a foot, and it works just as well. I've had this on here for 8 months, and it's worked out fine. So there's some little advice. But obviously, if you're doing a fuel line, get the black rubber fuel line. Well, that's good news. Got both of the fittings out of the radiator. So now I just gotta go underneath the car, take them off the trainee, and then that will be done. So the training lines are out. Yes, they came out in about 8 different pieces. On the transmission side, the adapters came out with it, so I gotta get the adapters off. Don't assume your transmission is out of fluid because the transmission line's been leaking for a month, because sometimes they're not. And when you pull the dipstick out to get the training lines off, that's what happens. So it looks like I'll be making a trip to Walmart and getting the finest ATF you can buy for 20 bucks for a gallon. Another thing that I really have to get rid of on this car is that flex fan. You can see where it hit the radiator down there. I'm not exactly sure how the radiator's still holding coolant, but it is, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So yeah, I think that is gonna do it for this video. I would have done more recording on the rear suspension, but I thought my phone was almost out of memory, and come to find out I only had like 4 minutes, but I didn't delete the last video. So come to find out I only had 4 minutes of recording. So that's why that's the way it is. And I would have done more recording on the back, but like I already said. So figured I'd get the training lines out. Next video is gonna be getting the front suspension in, but I figured not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna do the rear and then the front in 2 separate videos. So next video is gonna be that, and then hopefully the next video is gonna be putting that front end in it, because I really need to get that truck going. It's been on jack stands for 4 months. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the next video.